Hello, everybody. This is Kyrix, welcoming you to another edition of This Week in Kyrix. This is for the week of Wednesday, November 20th, 2019, being recorded Tuesday, November 19th, 2019. And I know I said I was going to do one thing last week, but I have changed my mind. We're going to do something completely different. Well, maybe not completely, but completely different nonetheless. Because it's come to my attention that there's still a thing that I'm going to have to do. And I want to make sure I'm in a position to do that thing when the time comes. So we're just gonna pop back to the base and get some goodies. Because I need to prep a thing. Okay. Storage module. 3 titanium and a lithium. So, 6 and 2. I can do those. Do those all day. Need lots of these, but that's for later. I'm gonna need these too. And what was it? 4 of these? 3 of these. I'm gonna need lots of these, but I'll get to that in a minute. Perfect. Let's see, what else do I need? Okay. Probably none of those. Actually, I'm gonna need one of these. Some silvers. Computer chip. Kyanite. Is that enough? That's enough of those. Need some more copper. I think I need some lead. No, I'm gonna need some gold. Nope, I need lead. Perfect. Alright, so those will do me for now. Trust me, there is a madness to my method. I promise. Hate how many times I have to do that to get to the setting I actually want. You know, I always wondered why I would even want this. Now I know. Shit. Shit. Do they not stack? Huh. Oh well. No. Yes. No. No. And settle these. That. Probably those. Definitely that. Two of these. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was. No, it wasn't. That was part of another thing. That was part of that. Right, so now we go to the surface. I've got some things to do up there. So, let's talk about this week. Well, I have not stayed late at work in the past 3 work days because, one, I had to get to an event. The second day, there was just no extra work to do. I finished everything on time, and none of the things I wanted to do, or none of the things that were left to do, were something I wanted to stay for. And the third day, it was just cold, and I wanted to get home. you know. Um, I actually apparently. One of the supervisors complaining to the good supervisor, basically saying, "Hey, he's been failing on these things," and I'm like, "No, I really haven't," because one of them was a case where um, I had to basically fuck around in my work area for an hour to clean up the mess that someone had left behind before I could even start to work. Like, normally it's already 20 to 30 minutes of setup, just getting everything ready. Like getting the totes set up or pulled down, depending on how efficiently people cleaned up last time. Then there's getting the cardboard boxes set up for the things that aren't supposed to have totes. That looked like an ocean liner for a second. And so on, and that could take 20 to 30 minutes just doing that, which is fine because I don't usually start with work. But this particular case, there were pallets in my area that I had to move, and that was troublesome. And on top of that, there were like a dozen bikes in my area, which normally I just move them, but I was told to move them to the other side of the store, and that's like a 3 to 4 minute walk each way. So, or yeah, it's a big store. It's a very long walk to take that many bikes, and I had to take about 11 of them, I believe. And only one time was I able to take 2 at a time and still control them. So that caused problems all on its own. Alrighty now. Eventually I'll hit an exit. Or did I already? Which way even is up anymore? That's up. Okay. Hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Roommate was obsessed with the fact that one of the cats was meowing. For some reason, he doesn't like it when cats meow. Okay, I'm out. So yeah, let's talk Pokemon real quick. I just got back from League, actually. And I lost. I lost pretty embarrassingly, actually. I took down 2 of hers to 6 of mine, so. And the worst part was, I was beaten by Octillery, a Pokemon that I bred and raised for her, and for 7 other people. But Octillery's one of those crapshoot Pokemon. Sometimes he's really horrible, sometimes he'll sweep a whole fucking team. This was one of the latter times. I actually left early. I would normally be leaving about 15 minutes ago. And probably just now be getting home, but it was a low turnout day. I have Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I have not touched them yet. I've touched them. I've opened Sword up. I was trying to get it to install. Turns out it doesn't need to install. So it's just sitting in the Switch, waiting until I get my Switch dock back. When it comes in, I will be doing a blind run of Pokemon Sword. And, yeah, that'll be fun. In the meanwhile, I have been playing my other game, which was Jedi Fallen Order, and it is so good. I just cannot enough stress how awesome this game is. It is pretty much everything I would want in a Star Wars game. Not everything, but close to it. I could use Starfighter sections where you play Starfighters. It would be nice if it had, to an extent, this control system, but had like a sort of a party system like in Knights of the Old Republic, where they adventure alongside you and actually communicate and shit. Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. I need you to bite me. Or maybe just the ground. I need you to bite something. I don't much care what, but bite something. Even me. Bite me if you gotta. Bite something. I need a tooth. Just one tooth. Bite it. Give me a tooth. Bite me. Go ahead. Bite me. Fucking bite me. Nom nom nom. I'm right here. Bite me. They're like kitty cats. They're just nuzzling me. Which, while cute, doesn't really help me right now. I need a tooth. There we go. Is that a tooth? Did I get a tooth from that? No, you son of a bitch. I need a tooth. What, I fart in your water or something? You don't want to come near me? Here, look. I'm invading your space. You should bite me to chase me away. That seems like a thing. There we go. Super predator like you would do. Perfect. I needed that. Alright, anyway. But yeah, like I said, Jedi Fallen Order would really benefit from a party system, where you could just get to know all the characters and whatnot. Because you get to know them pretty well in this, but you get to know them a lot better if they had impact, you know, for lack of a better phrase. Okay. There's the sulfur. There's nickel. Ow, Betsy! God damn it, learn to jump better, cat. I love you, but damn it, that hurts. Oh, that's the wrong kind of coral. It's probably in here. Yep, there it is. Okay. So we're gonna scooter our asses on over here now. So yeah, there is a goal in mind here for this episode. A little project I want to complete. This is a good spot for that. Do I have it? I don't have it yet. Okay. Good to know. I gotta go into the captain's thing and get it. Means I'm probably gonna need my tractor beam gun. Let's check a thing here. I'm gonna go get my tractor beam gun, among other things. So yeah, in case you haven't guessed, the goal is I'm going to make the rocket in this episode so that when the time comes, I just have a rocket. Won't that be fun? Also, going to grab lots of salvage. For reasons. Good reasons. Viable reasons. Don't really need salt, got plenty of that at the base. Some more salvage. Or that, which also still works for what I need. Salvage or fragments, they all go the same place in the end. Honestly, I think I can get most of what I need just from scrapping the base, because I'm not going to need all of this anymore. As a matter of fact, I think this thing's damn near played itself out. So what we're going to do for now is just place stuff in their relevant lockers for the time being, and we'll go as we go. The quartz is in the box. Okay. Wrong spot. This is where I need to be. So yeah, I figure if I make the rocket now, I won't have to worry about it later. And then when I complete the story mode, I'll just have the rocket ready to launch, you know. And I can actually spend most of this year in Kyrix gathering materials to put in there. Really cool stuff, you know. Oh, that's all the silver we could ever hope for, actually. We'll put the ions in the component for now. Lithium. Don't have any of that. Salt I have. Coral I have, but it's the wrong kind of coral. Diamonds. Rubies. Locker. I'll put the nickel in here for now. So the goal is 6 titanium ingots in the end. Some of which will stay titanium, others of which will become plasteel, but that's not important right now. Put these here. Okay, so components. Don't have my rifle. Might be over here. There's my rifle. Okay. I suppose that's important. Handle that fluid intake in a minute. Oops, not that. That's 2 of them. Actually, let's use some of this salt. One more. One more salt. So, we're coming up on working on Thanksgiving. I am scheduled for a very strange 3 to midnight shift. That is most unusual for me. I don't normally work that kind of a shift. Well, here we are, working that anyway. Let's see, whoops. Drink. Drink. Okay. So we're gonna do one of this, and one of this, and one of this, and one of this. So what are we missing? Ah, the builder. Perfect. Don't need the builder right now. Builder can stay put. Let's get something to eat first. Like some lantern fruit or Chinese potatoes. Perfect. Good to go. See, this whole virus thing would have a lot more of a kick to it if it instilled some kind of time limit on you. Close that ad. Let's see real quick. Alright, let's hit the captain's quarters. That's where I need to go right now. Looks like 1806. I do think it's funny that for as big as this is, you get to the surface, you can see this thing from damn near anywhere on the map. You go underwater and it disappears unless you're right there. It's kind of strange. Just kind of goes to show you how this world works, you know? That the aurora is big enough above the water that you can find it from just about anywhere on the available crater. But you go underwater and you'll never find it. I mean, look at this. See? You can see it just fine. Where is it? It's like peekaboo. It disappears when you're not looking at it. Speaking of peekaboo, there's a whole lot of weird characters in comic books that I wish had seen the light of day. Like there is in HeroClix, there is a bunch of characters from the Flash that I would have loved to have seen make HeroClix, like Chunk, who's this guy who has the ability to put things in other dimensions. I think he has to eat them, or he can eat them, or whatever. But he starts off as a villain, and Flash rehabilitates him, and he makes a small fortune disposing of garbage. He just puts it into his alternate dimension. You know, he's a human dumping ground. And then you have Peekaboo, and her power is when somebody touches her, she teleports away with a violent explosion. And she's a super villainous because she's just trying to steal medical equipment to help her dad, who's sick and dying. And unfortunately, every time someone tries to catch her, she causes massive destruction, and that just really adds to her prison time, you know? But I've actually been toying with an idea at work that pretty soon I might be making a HeroClix related video. A couple of them, actually. Two that come to mind are the top 10 game changer HeroClix for me, personally, my personal list. And the other one being my top 10 favorite HeroClix. Like, these are the ones where when I break these out, shit goes sideways, you know. And there are a lot of HeroClix like that, believe me. Matter of fact, just restricting it to 10 is going to be something in and of itself, you know? That one was my fault. I stepped on him. Hate these fucking crawlers. Why couldn't land just be safe? Yeah, the whole planet's aquatic, so nothing on land's gonna hurt you. Okay, what the fuck was that all about? I don't know. I am getting Fallen Order flashbacks, though, from crawling on the Venator. Man, I just cannot get over how fucking awesome that game is, though. I think I'm 27 episodes in. I'm coming up fast on 30. Probably 35 to 40, if I had to guess, total episodes out of that. Mostly from backtracking and item collection. Because it's a blind run, but I'm trying to go for almost 100% of literally everything. And I say almost 100% because there are certain things like map completion I'm not super focused on. If I get it, great. If I don't, oh well. Likewise, scans, but I am getting all the chests, all the secrets, and as many of the scans as I can get away with. I want them all, but some shit just doesn't show up, you know? And I'm willing to bet there's a couple I missed, like I have yet to be able to scan a Scout Walker, so either one's going to come in later, or I just missed it. I do like how they constantly keep spawning those for me, though. It's nice. Stupid, but it's nice. Did I not get some of these things? I might have just focused on getting certain things. And if I had, that would explain why I didn't have this thing yet. Is this the area? Might be. No, this isn't the area. This might be, though. No, that's not it either. Might be on the right track, though. I mean, that is the admin building. Oh god. This isn't it. Shit. I'm just gonna need to do them all. Just the door codes in general. 1454. Oops. Not like that. Okay, so there's that. Oh, Nutriblock. Need those. I do like how the items seem to keep respawning, even though I've been here a dozen times. Because I know I've been down here before. I mean, I have the Seamoth. Or I have the prawn suit, even. And I have the depth module of the Seamoth, which is there. Plus, I fixed the drive. As evidenced by the fact that I don't have the thing, and yet here we are. Oh. The thing in this case refers to the radiation suit, and I'm not dying. Yeah, I think this is normally where I'd get it. Yeah, it's normally where I'd get it. Yeah, I had to make another one of those fucking things because I blew mine up. Yeah, that's the thing I had already. Otherwise, it would have come up as a log. Okay, this is the locker rooms and the prawn bay. Don't need to go there. Just looking for the captain's quarters. Nothing special. Okay, that's just the drive room then. So maybe I messed up. Let's take a drink. I have all the water in the world. Even though there's a lot of world. And most of it's water. Which is also true of our world, come to think of it. But yeah, Fallen Order, great game. I don't usually regret reserving games. To give you an idea, the last wrestling game I think I regretted was WrestleMania 20? Might have been. It was one of those WrestleMania games. I think it was like WrestleMania 20 or something. Now I actually kind of want to look that up. But it was... I want to say it was an Xbox game that I had. It might have been a different console entirely. But I think that's what it was. Taking. And it wasn't a bad game, but it wasn't good either. I mean, it's not like, oh my god, this is the best game ever! You know? There was a lot of room for improvement in that game. And it didn't even make the list of the best wrestling games I've personally owned, much less the ones I've played. To be fair, I've owned most of the ones I've played. It's not something I usually tend to rent. But, yeah, that's the closest I've come to regretting reserving a game. And even then, it was still good. Some people would argue that I would have regretted Fable, which I did reserve, and yes, they did keep pushing the release date back a lot. But honestly, while Fable was not the game promised, the game delivered was still very good. You know? And let's be honest, I don't think today they could deliver on half the shit that Fable promised us. You know? I would like to see them try, like, let's call it the True Fable Project, where you basically go back to what Fable was announced as and put all that stuff in. Like real-time aging rather than just, oh, you leveled up, you get 5 years older now. No, it's like, oh, you've been playing this game for this long, now you're going to age, trees are going to grow. Like, oh, I've planted this and now it's going to grow kind of thing. That's the kind of shit that was promised and absolutely not delivered on. And let's face it, who could? Who could deliver on that fucking game? Okay, I think I need to get into the fucking prawn room. That upsets me, actually. Means I'm going to need to get my cutter. Because I didn't bring it. Because I'm an idiot. I'm not going to need the cutter. Didn't think I would. I was wrong. Dead wrong. Yeah, we're absolutely not going out through the back. I don't want to go face first into the jaws of a Reaper Leviathan. That would suck 1,000 dicks. But now that I've said that, I kind of want to see True Fable Project. Come on, get on that, guys. Let's get Fable the way it was intended. Yeah, I say that like I've kept up with the series at all. I wanted to. I did want to play Fable 2 and 3, and I don't know if it was on a different system. I think it was on like the 360 or something, and I never had that. Whatever the reason, it just, I never kept up with it. I do remember one of the things that fascinated me, and I don't remember if it was billed as this or if I billed it as this, but Fable, as it was described, was a Final Fantasy killer. Like, this is the game where if this thing had been what they promised, Final Fantasy would no longer be the big RPG of the day. Which nowadays I don't think it is anymore, but back at the time, oh boy. If you were talking RPGs, you were talking Final Fantasy. Is that my fucking thing? Did it drift that goddamn far? What is that? No, that's a fire. What's on fire over here? Who's been fracking on this world? Yeah, 30 years from now, that joke's not going to be topical. What? Your water's not flammable? All the water is flammable. I thought that's how it comes. It's a bad joke, and I should feel bad for it. Almost as bad as the people who make the water flammable in the first goddamn place. Alright, let's get my fucking cutter out. Man, that poor thing is diseased. Again, there's no ticking clock. It doesn't seem to actually kill anything. Probably because it likely takes a couple of years to kill, but still. Having that little timer would really make things happen, you know? Alright, let's get my cutter out. I think the cutter's here. I hope the cutter's here. Not there, though. Here, maybe. No. The one next to it. Yes, there's my cutter. Actually, that's not my cutter. That's the one I found in a thing, but I'll take it. Got plenty of water, got some Nutriblocks, got some first aid kits. I'm pretty much set now. This way? I'm going to say this way. I was a little off. So, yeah, this episode will be a little on the long side, partly because I spent 10 minutes of it looking for Fiona outside, because the roommate thought she was outside crying. I go out there with her food, she's in the back waiting for her dinner. So, it turned out to be Oreo in the other roommate's room. She got stuck in there and couldn't get out. And he wonders why I keep closing his door all the time, because I don't want my cat in there. Because if she gets in there, she can't get out, and then she pees on something, and I get yelled at for it, or she does, and it's not either of our fault. You know? Wait, was there a thing? No, there was no thing. But there might be... Yep. Damn it, I need to do a thing. Let's get some more titanium. My inventory full? No, okay. About to say, I didn't see the thing go into my inventory. I'm like, is it full? Did I drop those? Alright, let's go up. But yeah, after this, I'm going to be either doing some more Jedi, trying to finish that game soon, or I am gonna hop online with my friend and watch some more Ruby. We just started Ruby last night. I just started Ruby last night. I'd been trying to get the friend who'd seen it before to watch it with me for a while. And we just marathon season 1, all, hour of it. We're about to do season 2. We also got to see Wreck-It Ralph 2 and Lego Movie 2. We have been watching the DC animated movies, but I've put that on hold because there's only so much Damian Wayne you can watch in a week. And I have long since hit that limit. We'll get back to it eventually, but I want to watch fun things first. That actually segues into a topic. Okay. There's this new DC online thing. Not like the MMO, but like a channel, because everybody's got their own fucking channel now, and it's pissing me off. You know? The entire reason we had cable in the first place was to get rid of the idea of, everybody's got their own channel you gotta buy, you know? Because back then you had you had the premium channels, like you had HBO, and you had Cinemax and Showtime. And the idea behind them was they didn't have any commercial breaks. They had commercials, but only between showings. And it was only commercials of stuff, like, watch this movie, you know? You wouldn't get commercials for products and shit because you were paying for these channels. Your money made these channels available. And Disney was actually a pay channel, for those who didn't know. But Disney was different in that they still had commercials. They were just different, I guess. And that was the sole exception. You would buy those channels, or you'd buy cable packages that would have higher channels, like maybe your channel stopped before Cartoon Network, for example. But Cartoon Network itself wasn't a pay channel, it just came with those upper-level channels. Like, I don't have channel 72, my channel stop at 65, you know. Well, then you pay for the other channels, you get Discovery, you get Cartoon Network, etc., that kind of thing. But now everybody's like, Netflix used to be just, hey, we have everybody's content. It's like, we've got all these videos and all these movies and all this other fun shit that you want. And we're like, yeah, that's great. Just one place we can go to watch all this stuff. And then Netflix got the bright idea, hey, how about we make our own programming? And I saw that and I'm like, this is not going to end well. And you know what? It isn't. Because now we have NBC is like, we're going to do the same thing Netflix is doing, and we're going to put Star Trek Discovery behind a fucking paywall so that you have to spend money to watch it. Which has led to tons of people, you don't have to spend money, just get a free trial and binge the whole fucking thing. I'm like, yeah, that kind of goes against the whole point of it, you know? You fundamentally missed the point there, kiddo. And now DC's doing it, Disney's doing it, everybody's fucking doing it. It's pissing me off, you know? I mean, I understand things are going on the internet, but just put it on the internet, you know, just like, hey, this is our online streaming service. You don't have to pay for it, just watch commercials. And if you want, you can pay to not watch commercials. That works. You know, that's perfectly fucking acceptable. But, that's not the world we live in. But anyway, they were advertising, because I've been getting this a lot on my Facebook, they're advertising the new Harley Quinn animated thing. And here's the thing, I don't hate Harley Quinn. It's going to sound like I do, but I don't. I like her just fine. Not one of my favorite characters, but I enjoy her for the most part. Plus, she's voiced by Tara Strong in a lot of the new shit, and I like Tara. She's just fun to listen to. But anyway, I asked the question, what the fuck is up with all this Harley that we're getting? Because we're getting Harley in a lot of shit nowadays. And I want to know what justifies all this fucking attention she's getting. Because she's not a big deal character. You know, she just isn't. And one person tried to make it about sexism, like, no one asked that about male characters. It's only when women do it. I'm like, no. And I gave two major examples. The first one being Loki from Marvel. The fact that why the fuck is Loki in so much? Like, he's in Thor, that's fine. Him being in the Thor movie, that's fine, you know. He's a big time Thor villain. You definitely want Loki in the movie about Thor. But he's in Avengers. Okay, I could see that. He was canonically the reason the Avengers existed. I don't think that's a good idea. I think he's a very shitty villain to require the fucking Avengers for. But I'll let it slide. Then he's in Thor 2. Okay, why? He's also in Thor 3. And he's in the Infinity movies, both of them. One is a flashback, kind of. And it's about this point where I start getting really ticked off as to why Loki's still a thing. And then, of course, I naturally segued into the new DC movies and the fact that Damian Wayne is fucking inescapable. Alright, let me get this out. How did I not come through here last time? 2679. And I actually, when I was first showing my friend the rest of the movies, I warned this friend about Damian, saying, hey, Damian's in a lot of this shit. And I counted, and Damian was in a little over half of the movies. There we go. That's kind of a thing on its own, but the part where this becomes an actual problem is the fact that, not this, but the fact where things become a bit of a problem is the fact that I checked again last night, just in general, when we were looking at movies. Batman is in all but 2 of them. He's not in Wonder Woman, and he's not in Suicide Squad. And that's it. He's in every single other DC animated movie. Period. Without exception. There are no exceptions. He's in them all. He's in Flashpoint, both him version and his dad version. He's in fucking all the Justice League movies, including Justice League Dark, which isn't technically Justice League. You know. He's in the Teen Titans movies. Actually, no, he's not in Judas Contract, so he's not in 3 of them. But he's in every other movie. And here's the thing, I like Batman, but god damn it, sometimes I don't want to watch Batman. Sometimes I want to watch Superman, or Flash, or Cyborg, or literally anyone else. But he's in everything. And that's kind of the vibe I'm getting with Harley, too, you know? Is they're looking for excuses to put Harley in shit. Like, there's a HeroClix set of Harley Quinn. I think it's Harley Quinn and the Joker. But still, it was marketed as the Harley Quinn set. And why the fuck does she get her own set? I mean, I realize the character has evolved, and good for her. And she's not just Joker's little side bitch anymore. That's fine, I got no problem with that. But she's also not a top-tier character. I don't necessarily think she deserves her own comic book. There are more interesting villains that could have gotten their own comic book. And there are more interesting anti-heroes that could have gotten their own comic book. You know? I mean, just from the villains, I would read the shit out of the Rogues. Forget the Flash, I would read the Rogues. Flash's Rogues Gallery are some of the most interesting villains in comics. They have a fantastic dynamic, and I would read that all day and all fucking night. You know, I love the Rogues. They're awesome. They're a genuine team. They're a legitimate, genuine goddamn team. Right down to the dysfunctional family dynamics that they all have with each other. Because some of them are good buddies, some of them can't stand each other, but they're all still the Rogues, you know? These aren't like most supervillain team-ups where they'll backstab each other in a heartbeat, or where everybody's betraying everybody else. The Rogues are, first and foremost, a team. They may bicker, but if you're not a rogue and you come up against the Rogues, you come up against the Rogues, all of them. You know, anti-villains. I'd love to see... Secret Six was fantastic. which was basically a branch off of Suicide Squad, where it had members like Catman and Deadshot, who were longtime members who were part of this group, and they were just great. It also had Scandal Savage. You know, she was a main member. They had a woman, I can't remember her name, but I think she was like a banshee of some sort. And it wasn't Silver Banshee. It was someone else. But she was some kind of undead, and she had been executed by decapitation, by guillotine. And there's actually a couple moments in the comic where she has flashbacks that where someone triggers that, and she just shuts down for a couple minutes. And the whole team just kind of gives her space while she processes that shit. It's actually really sweet. So, we're gonna come right here. The goal for now is to start building this thing. But yeah, it's like I said, it's not a case that I hate Harley Quinn. It's a case of I don't see why we're getting so much Harley Quinn. You know? Just like I don't hate Batman, but goddammit, let someone else have a movie. You know? Like, I'll come out and say this. I have never, comic-wise, been a big fan of Iron Man. Most comic book fans actually do not like Iron Man at all because he's kind of a dick. And I don't mean the cute, charming way that he is in the movies. I mean borderline supervillain, he's a dick. Like, for a 5-year block, every major bad event could be traced back to something he did. You know? Civil War, Secret Invasion, Dark Reign, all of that shit, Tony's fault. And, one of the things, this is probably not spoilers now, but spoiler alert, I'm actually really glad the character died in Infinity War. I really am. Mean as that sounds, I'm fucking glad the character died. Because now we're not getting sunk in fucking Iron Man anymore. You know, he's done. We'll get flashbacks of him here or there, people will talk about him, he'll have his legacy, but now Spider-Man can be a Spider-Man movie again. And Avengers, if they make more of them, will have their own thing, and we won't have this looming Tony Stark presence anymore. You know. Because, I mean, even in movies he wasn't in, he was still in Ant-Man as a presence. You know, in both Ant-Mans, actually. He was definitely in the first Spider-Man, and he was a very big presence in the second one. Matter of fact, that was very much, to me, an Iron Man movie, even though he was dead. Like Edith. Even dead, I'm still the hero. That was the thing. That was what the thing's name was. He had a little sunglasses computer for Spider-Man named Edith. And Edith's job was basically to give Spider-Man the reins. Just make him the new Tony Stark. Not even the new Iron Man, just the new Tony Stark. All of Tony's power, wealth, and prestige at Spidey's fingertips. And he couldn't handle it. And he tries to find someone better to pass that off to. But the name was Edith because it's an acronym. Even dead, I'm the hero. You know? And really nothing more explains that movie better than that. The idea that even when he's dead, he's still the fucking hero. And that kind of annoys me because I'm sorry, but before the Avengers movies started, Spider-Man was infinitely more recognizable than Tony Stark. Like, you would be hard-pressed to find a lot of people who could tell you shit about Iron Man, or even who he was. But everybody knows Spidey, you know? I mean, now he's a household name, but it's worth noting that, again, HeroClix, I think Iron Man took 3 sets to come out with. Spidey was in all of those 3 sets. Because you had Infinity Challenge, which had Spider-Man, rookie veteran experience, Promotional Spider-Man, one of the first HeroClix ever made alongside Batman, and Unique Spider-Man, which was black costume Spidey. Then Clobbering Time came out, and you had Six-Arm Spidey. And Explosion had, I believe, Web Shield Spidey. But you had different Spideys. And I think it was in Explosion where you finally got Rookie Vendor Experienced Iron Man, along with Crimson Dynamo. You know. So, I mean, and I think it took that long for Thor to come out as well. Okay, then. Deeper water it is. Okay, then. Hi, Oreo. What you doing, baby girl? Let's take these bleaches for now. Inventory is not that full. And fuck at the poster as well. And sure, the, I don't know, a first aid kit. Perfect. Okay, great. Find some deeper water. This looks deep enough to me. I want it to be near the Aurora because I think, quote unquote, I think that this will launch the what's it? Yeah, here we go. It'll launch the time capsule close to where it launches, like it'll drop down or something. And I want it to be found because I want this to be accessible for the people who want it. You know, if you want a time capsule, I want you to get your kyanite and your other awesome, cool, great, good things. Hi, Betsy, baby. Where's your good kitties? Where's your good girl? So yeah, now the mobile vehicle bay can go away, and this is now its own thing. We're just gonna stick this in the escape pod for now. It served its purpose. Ouch. Go right here. And sure, we'll snack up one of these. Get my stuff back out. Even though I don't need any of it. And we'll go check out this big boy, because this is now its own construction site, and I've got a little indicator for it, so I can't lose it anymore. But yeah, this is just going to be its own thing. Going to go right over here with it, and we'll see what the next piece is. Hi, little guys. Copper wire, plasteel, lubricant. Cool. I'm gonna need me some lube. What's the lube for? I'm pretty sure I told that story, but it's still funny. We've got this guy at work. We're gonna refer to him as the kid, because he basically is the kid of the group. And the kid is very snarky. He's the kid, you know? And, we had some new guys on the line that day, and they were asking about double trucks, because it was a double truck out of turn, basically. It was a Saturday double truck. For those who don't know, which is probably most of you, unless you're longtime viewers, double trucks are Sundays. Back for a while, they were also Thursdays and sometimes Tuesdays, but they are a Sunday thing. You know, it's a Sunday, look out for double truck. It's just how that works. And, well, this one had come on a Saturday, because sometimes they come out of order. Especially around Thanksgiving, we had like 4 double trucks in a row. But Anyway, they're asking, like, oh, I thought double trucks were on Sunday. I'm like, well, usually, or they ask, like, when are double trucks? And I said, well, usually they're on Sunday, but sometimes sometimes Walmart just likes to fuck us in the ass, and I hope you brought your lube, because today is that day. And everybody on the line got that joke. The guy was telling it to, everyone in earshot. Some people laughed, some people shook their head, some people just went on with their day, not even paying attention to it. But the kid pipes in with, what's the lube for? And I say kid because I'm like 36 and he's like in his 20s-ish. Actually, he will be in his 20s, that's what that is. What? Oh, poster. The fuck is the poster there? I'm going to drop that for a minute, get this out, and pick the poster back up, assuming I can. Ah, there you are. Look. Alright, now we're going to rush back to base real quick. Just like this, so that I can find those 2 metal scraplings. Huh, I passed the base. But yeah, he's a good kid. I tease the shit out of him, but I tease the shit out of everyone. Not maliciously, mind you. I'm not bullying anyone. I just like to poke at people. It's fun. Great way to start the day, kind of thing. And I am aware enough to know when the fun stops being fun for other people. You know? I'm not like a certain friend of mine that I could name who doesn't know when the joke is over. Because yes, my former HeroClix judge is one of those people who, as long as he's having fun, he assumes everyone's having fun. And that if they're not having fun, it's not that they're not having fun, it's that they're a jerk. You know? And that's just how he sees it. And he's just wrong to see it that way. He just fucking is. Alright, I need 3 grapevine seeds. I think I need 3 lubricants. There we go. Hi, Betsy, baby. Here's your good kid. Yeah, Betsy has decided it is her job as my kitty cat to perch on my lap all the time when I'm recording, and I'm okay with this. She's a good kitty. Cozy there, I guess. But it's just kind of weird to me. Like, you will occasionally hear me in recordings made around this time. Like, in Fallen Order, every single episode she has spent some time on my lap, kneading on my legs. Just kind of her thing. That's her job as a cat, is to just stand up here and massage my leg. Which is basically what it is. I am wholeheartedly against declawing cats for any reason. But I will say this, and while it's not worth the actual physical damage done to the cat to have them declawed, because Betsy's declawed, I found her that way. I would never do that to her myself, she came that way. But when a cat is declawed, the kneading turns from little pokey thing that kind of feels good to an actual massage. And it is pretty awesome. I'm gonna steal this from you boys. Yeah, I kind of had that one coming. I was trying to steal your salvage. Stop! Stop fighting me, you bastard. That's one of... I think that's actually a peeper egg. That could be a stalker egg. Eventually I'll get around to making a thing. Like a little... what's it called? A aquarium. An alien containment aquarium, rather. What keeps bumping me? Oh, it's you, asshole. Not only you're bumping me, you're disrupting my scans. Best way to get scans of those things is to put them in your aquarium, because then not only will they not bite you, but you can pick them up. You know, put them outside. Stop biting that, you assholes. And stop biting that so I can take it. Just because. Okay. Let's go back to base for this. For that matter, I need some lithium. I'll try this over here. I need to go back to the base for lithium, if nothing else. Scanning the ground for salvage. I love the fact that the game is so full of salvage until you're actually looking for it, and then it's nowhere to be seen. And the instant you stop looking for it, there's like 50 pieces everywhere. Like right now. We have room for one more salvage. Okay, let's make some more ingots. Because that's what we do with our time. We make ingots. Lots of them. Now, I think I used 2 already. I needed a total of 6 ingots. That's 3. Actually, I'll count them in a minute. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. One more ingot. Let me see here real quick. So, one more ingot like that. And how many plasteel ingots? Let's see, I need 8 lithium total. We'll see as it comes up. 8 total lithium. None more in there. My lithium. There's my lithium. Okay, perfect. Alright, now we're going to look in here real quick. Plasteel ingot, copper wire. Let's get that copper wire out. Bloop. Okay. Making the gantry. There it is. Perfect. Fix you up a little bit. You're not that damaged, but you're damaged. So yeah, right now, focus is on making this rocket, then we'll get all those fuel cells and shit. All the fun stuff that I gotta make for later. Actually, getting all those power cells is gonna help, probably. Yeah, I was reminded of this when I was looking up like how you make the ion stuff to try and find the recipe. And it's like, oh, here's a thing that was dummied out. Originally, there was going to be a special ion matrix that you needed for the rocket, and they replaced it. And I'm like, oh, I should make the rocket. Boop. Sit here and watch the fun. I can't believe I'm so close to beating this game. I've got a weird little complex about certain games where it's just like, I've convinced myself I'm not good enough to beat Subnautica, as an example. Another plasteel, 3 nickel ore, 2 aerogel, and a wiring kit. Well, I've definitely got 1 aerogel and the means to make another one. Yeah, the good news is I have almost all the materials I need already. It's not going to be that complicated to get the rest. You know? I mean, hell, I could just disassemble a couple lockers to get the leftover titanium I needed to make the last ingot. So, and that assumes I don't want to spend the 2 minutes it'll take to get everything. Another plasteel. Not like that. Like that. Oh. Aerogel. Good. Okay. Sure. Hi. You don't need to be in here, little guy. Get out of my base, asshole. I'll let you go. There. You're free. You didn't want to be swimming around in oxygen anyway. It's bad for you. Where did I put it in? Component or locker? Kyanite's going to come up pretty soon. It was in component? No. Well, there's the wiring kit. Lead, maybe? Gold? Okay. That's what it was. Let's disassemble both of these. They're not going to serve a purpose much longer. My last ingot? Last ingot. Cool. Alright, so that's all the ingots I need. Fuck's my aerogel? There's all the silver I'll need. Got all the lithium. Got all that. Fuck it, I'll make them from scratch. Don't even care. I've got enough. Or maybe I don't. Shit. Okay, well there is an aerogel around here somewhere. Is it in my inventory already? No, there is an aerogel around. I brought it with me. It's somewhere. Somewhere nearby. I just need to find it, and then we're golden. I didn't drop it. I know that much. Well, okay then. What's needed for aerogel again? Oh, only 1 gel sack, so I've got enough. I'm not worried about running out of gel sacks because A, I'm not really using them, and B, I have all that I need down in the base. They're everywhere down there. What happened to my base? Did I get bit by a stalker or some shit? Come inside and everything's fucking topsy-turvy on me. I think I needed the nickel too. Not that one. This one. Yeah, these. So yeah, once this is completely out of the way, we'll be good. It's going to be a pain getting the gold and shit that I still need. And getting gold's always kind of a hassle nowadays. But the end goal here is I want to build up the rocket, and then I want to get all those ion thingies so that I just have power cells and fuel cells for everything I want to use. And then I can just enjoy my time underwater and all. I can enjoy what's left of this game, experience all that it has to offer, and be done. I do love how this is just a gigantic version of the mobile vehicle bay platform. It's a big fucking rocket ship. Go. Alrighty. Okay. Ion power cells. This is where things get interesting. That's where I need the sulfur, the iron cells. Let me just check here what an ion power cell requires. That's what the gold's for, okay. 2 ion batteries. So I'm going to need 4 units of gold. And 2 silicone rubber. Okay then, 4 gold, 2 rubber. Shit, can't do that here. Shouldn't take too long to find in my trusty sea moth, I hope. I mean, I know a couple places it could be. Kind of wishing I hadn't gotten rid of that cave beacon now. Really use it right about now. Oh well. It's the wrong kind of nodule. Ah, that's the right kind, though. Silver, don't need it. Wasting my time. Okay, 4 gold. Hook me up. Potentially, yes. It's 1. Oh, no one's even paying you any mind. I didn't even see him and he wasn't a threat to me. Three more gold, please. That's not gold either. Why is it I always have abundance of a resource until I fucking need it? I was drowning in gold like 10 weeks ago. Now I can't have any. Hell, I distinctly recall finding a big ore pocket of gold thinking, well, I don't need gold, but if I did. And now I don't even know where that is anymore. Two. And this isn't even all the gold I'm gonna fucking need either. That's the worst part of it. I'm gonna need more because I gotta make computer chips. Just check here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Nope, not gold. It's titanium. I don't need that anytime soon. I should get back to my Seamoth. Like now. Or the base, either or. Or I could just surface, that works too. Keep forgetting that that's an option. Nom. Nom. Wow, Seamoth didn't even feel that shark bite. That's how pathetic those things are. Even my boat's not worried about them. I could damage this thing running over a fish too hard. Shark hits it, no problem. 3. I freaked out for a second thinking that was a warper. It's not. I'm cool. You know. Yeah, that's what I should do in a minute. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because these still exist. And those are all gold. Well, not all gold, but they all have gold in them. So we're going to get our gold that way. Yeah. Also, I'm going to need a knife. That's going to be important. Definitely important. Let's put away a lot of this bullshit. So much fucking lead. I don't have one for lead anymore. Okay. You can live in the locker now. So this one first. Yoink. Not emergency power, you three-tard. Should still have a thing. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't think it does have a thing. Let's give it a thing. Wait, what? Hold on.
Hydrogen production offline.
Here, are you happy now?
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Slowly cannibalizing my entire base. Poor thing. That's not it. Components. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Oh, seeds. Okay, well, fuck it. We'll make some fiber mesh. I don't care. I need seeds. Well, seeds aren't that hard either. I'm still right here. Oh, I was thinking it was 2 seed find or creep find seed clusters for that, but either way, we got what we needed. So yeah, this particular episode is less This Week in Kyrix and more let's make a rocket. And I'm okay with that, actually. Before I go all the way up here, I need my sulfur, my kyanite, and my plasteel. How many sulfur? 4? Pretty sure it's 4. 4 sulfur, 4 kyanite, 1 plasteel. And I'm pretty sure that's also supposed to be plasteel. Perfect. I'll just leave that there for now. It's not that far to the thing. You know, part of me really just wants to stop here and save this for next time. Part of me just wants to finish the fucking rocket. So I'm going to compromise. I'm going to finish this piece of the rocket and do the rest next week. I do love that I've hit a point in the game again where I'm just excited to do this shit. So, there is a slight update. This Week in Kyrix, of course, will not be Subnautica come 2020. I'm gonna find reasons to fuck around in this game until the last episode of the year, which will be this year in Kyrix. The first week of 2020 will begin with either Mountain Blade Warband or Ancestors: The Humankind Odyssey. One of the two. It depends on if Ancestors does come out by then, like it's supposed to. Because it's supposed to be out in December, but none of the GameStops have it listed, and none of them know when it's going to be listed to even place the order. So, until such time, there's really not much I can do. I would love to make that my game. That or Summer in Mara is another option. Oh shit, I'm going to need a shield generator. Yeah, that's going to wait. We're just going to go back to the base. I mean, I could swipe the shield generator out of my Cyclops. I don't necessarily use it now, but we'll see. Well, let's take several more of these, actually. I want to make some more silicone rubber. So yeah, next week we're going to get in the Seamoth, start disassembling that thing for its goal, and just kind of go from there. Because I want to be able to have a whole bunch of stuff. I want to be able to have this rocket ready, not up and running, because it won't be running anywhere, but it'll be up, and that's important. So we're going to make these real quick for reasons. Now, let's get my bleach back. Unless it's in here. I think it's actually in here. Yeah, there we go.
Vital signs stabilized.
Fuck it, a little more. And that. Alright. And that'll do us for now. Thank you for joining me. See you next time. Bye-bye, everybody.